Hey, what's going on? So I'm doing some client programming here and realize it'd be a good time to just go in, talk about putting together a program here. So one thing I always it's really helpful on both sides. I do a monthly check-in form. This way it helps me understand like how the last month went, and then also gives my clients a chance to tell me what more they need. And for example, like workouts went good, so take notes like throughout the whole time. So I'm jotting down ideas. Realized that the workouts were really good, but she was finding herself able to make it to the gym a couple times a week more. So she was doing like the 3 workouts and then 2 yoga classes. She's like, I think I'm ready for 4 workouts per week. And having it there and having a solid start time on it really helps. And then gives me a chance. And then through this, because, by checking in every day and talking every day, I realized like she needs more. She needs more intensity. And that's what I'm here to do. So we're going through the nutrition part now, getting set up. So for the past month, I put a data chart in here. Maybe I'll take a picture of it and show it to you, but it's basically weight, date, and calories. And then she has a couple other things we check in on too, but seeing the average calories for the month really helps put things kind of in perspective as far as thinking, okay, shoot, close that out. Didn't want to do that. Open it up again. It's a good thing about Google Docs is that it auto saves everything. So the reason why having put this in here. The reason having, let's say 15, 20 average for the month. Is then you're able to see the trends of like how much you're eating compared to, what you can do. So if, you're averaging 15, 17 a month and you're able to lose 5 pounds on that, that's a good area to start. This is our 3rd month in the program. So the first month, we had our start, and then the next month we really focused on keeping those calories the same while increasing the protein. And then one thing I think a lot of times you might try to keep the calories the same. Is that you want to make too many changes too often. I'm the type of person that if something is working, we're going to do it. Because say, this calorie average is going to keep her seeing progress, then there's no reason to really decrease it. Like if you have that calorie deficit line and you're right under it, the goal is to be right under it so you can still drink, eat, and have fun, still live your life and see progress. And then it also gives you a chance to know that when a progress stops or starts to stall or the scale stops moving, explaining what that is, but then there's also another place to move to. If you're eating 800 calories, dropping to 700 is really hard. If you're eating 1,500 calories, dropping to 1,400, that's not too big of a jump, Kind of the lower the calories are, the bigger the jump gets, so. And so now we're going to get into programming here. So, let's see here. I'm going to make a new chart. So she wants to do more powerlifting. I love that, by the way. So how I'm going to break out the workouts is I kind of take 2 different workouts and then put them together. So what I mean by this is we're going to start doing powerlifting, kind of a strength training split. And then I'm going to pair that with the conditioning aspect, which is pretty much just supersets and 4x6 table. which are, uh, yeah, they're supersets, so that, you know, your strength training is definitely separate. You know, how you're progressing through that, how you're doing all that is going to be a totally different. That way you can have your rest time so you can physically get stronger. And then, you know, the old adage that you're just going to lift weights faster in order to get your cardio in, you know. So now we're going to break this up. I always start with a warm-up. And I do everything in Google Docs just because, one, it's something that everybody can see, and Google Docs is never gonna, like, I don't think Google will ever crash, you know? And it's one of those things. I had at one time an app, did a challenge with the app, had a lot of people in the challenge, a lot of people that saw results in the challenge. And one thing that was consistent between everybody was that not everybody used the app. Most people didn't use the app, which was weird because I thought the app would be you know, kind of a good thing to have, like, go on, look on the phone, but I realized that's just not how it works, you know. So and we're putting in here, deadlift day definitely needs to be 2 days after squat day. Just little notes in here and things like that. So how I like to start out getting into strength training or powerlifting or whatever you want to call it, starting to, you know, lift heavy, is 5x5. 5x5 is a good way to get enough volume, which means you're going to multiply your sets by reps of, so you have 5 sets, 5 reps. That means you're doing 25 sets on, or 25 reps on volume of just one exercise, which is going to be a lot. And with that, so you have the stuff in your muscles that gives you energy. It takes about 2 to 3 minutes in order to get back, you know, anywhere from, like, we'll say 70 to 90% of your strength. So you do a set, if you wait 10 seconds and do it again, it's going to feel really tough because you haven't allowed your energy in your muscles to restore back enough. So 2 to 3 minutes rest is a good point. I generally like to keep a rough time. Like, if it feels too early, it's too early, but it doesn't need to be that scientific down to, like, the microsecond. You just need to realize that you need to have some sort of rest between sets. So the major exercises, we're gonna do squat, bench press, deadlift, and overhead press. We're doing 5x5. Then I'll also be sending her a video kind of going over this. I send her, anytime we like to do something new, I've actually just started doing is sending a video with the program, kind of explaining it, going over everything. Good. Oh, today's coffee is the, where's this from? It's the Sidra. It's a new coffee varietal, part of the Hero series from Corvus Coffee in Denver. It's a really, it's mellow with, like, intense aftertones. Like, you drink it, like, oh, this is good, and then after, you know, it starts going down your throat, you're like, whoa, and hits you on the back of the tongue, like, has, like, there's like little surprises the whole time you're drinking this, from, you know, 190 degrees starting with the temperature all the way down to room temperature.